operations. So here we have the 3D model of our underground metro station along with the tunnels. You can see how these are the tunnels here connected to this station here. This is the ventilation system, existing ventilation system for the metro. There was this under platform exhaust which provided CMS 50 CMS. There was a mid tunnel exhaust between the both the connecting tunnels, extracting air at 80 CMS. Air conditioned air was from the platform which was giving 120 CMS, and overtrack exhaust was actually not operating at that point. We installed the overtrack exhaust, and in normal operation it was not working. So this was the existing system. Then we calculated what should be the over exhaust capacity, what should be how the system will behave. We did various trials. For example, in trial 1, we provided overtrack exhaust capacity of 100 CMS, all outlet overtrack exhaust, equal amount of air extracted from overtrack exhaust, mechanical fresh air through AC inlet to the station is closed. There is no air conditioned air coming inside the station, and the mid tunnel exhaust of both sides of the stations are stopped, and also under platform exhaust is stopped because obviously. So this was the first design as per the NFPA standard. We came up with this design and we did the simulation. So the simulation we could see that this is much faster. It's already 300 seconds. The visualization is much faster. So you can see that this whole area was covered in smoke, and there was almost zero visibility in this area. So people will be trapped in here due to this. So this case was obviously not approved. So then we tried another case where we reduced the overtrack exhaust capacity. Mid-tunnel exhaust of both station was stopped, and air conditioning supply through AC, 60 CMS of air conditioning air supply was provided. So this system was like this, still didn't work. Whole of the area was, a lot of the area here was getting filled with smoke, almost 5 meter, 2 meter, that's the visibility that was maintained here. So that was still not good enough. This was the decline of the fire. So here we see various cases that we tried, unsuccessful cases with various permutations and combinations we tried on what could be the possible changes. In all the cases there was some problem, there was some area which was not properly extracted. Eventually we were able to, in our 8th trial, we were able to come up with a system where overtrack exhaust was 80 CMS, overtrack exhaust, air conditioning supply was completely stopped, and there was a newly installed under platform supply which supplied the air under the platform at 60 CMS. From this we could see that the smoke layer remained above the human height. It was above 2 meters. The total height of this is about 5 meters. The platform height is about 4 meters. So the smoke layer remained above the human height. All the smoke was, and these are the escape routes through the stairs which remained free of the smoke during this whole. This was a fire done for about, the simulation was done for about an hour, and the whole time the smoke paths were clear. You can also see it horizontally how the smoke is moving. There was only this area here which had visibility problems, but this was far away from the emergency exit, so there was no problem, and people could run out here from the stairs here. And the visibility at the human height level was very good. So this was the finalized emergency ventilation system design that was designed for this metro station. There was overtrack exhaust which would be started in case of a fire at 80 CMS. This is smoke due to fire. Mid-tunnel exhaust will be closed during the fire in case of a station, and under platform supply would be provided 60 CMS in case of a fire. So PLC will control the system and it will activate it according to this. So you see the NFPA standard gave a guideline of how much air we needed, but to exactly design where should we put in that air, how the smoke will move, CFD can be a very useful tool. For large atrium, simulations for large atrium can also be done. This is a airport, international airport upcoming, a new airport in New Delhi. And there is a large atrium where there are check-in counters in each area. And we did simulation with 5 megawatt source of fire. 5 megawatt is typically a car fire, or maybe a bit more than that. So it was a reasonable size of fire. Species transport, these are the CFD terminologies that we used for that particular case. This was the 3D model. So here you see the velocity contour, or how the velocity is moving due to this fire. This was a different software used, so it will show you a different visualization. So this shows how the smoke is moving with respect to time. This is the concentration of smoke with respect to fresh air. So blue area you see is completely has zero smoke, and red area is completely filled with smoke, is nothing but the smoke. So here you see the smoke is coming down slowly. The dense smoke is coming down slowly, and it came down to about human height in about, in this case, about 15 minutes. The first ventilation system that we tried, obviously it was not good. Then we tried another system with roof extract fans, smoke rated roof extract fan, and this was able to keep the smoke layer above human height for up to 1 hour, which was what standard specified. We have to keep the smoke height above human height for up to 1 hour of the initiation of the fire. So that is similar. So here you can see tentatively how the smoke was moving without using fans and with using proper fans. So this was completely filled. This one was completely filled with smoke within no time, and this was able to eject smoke. Okay. Similarly, for a tunnel, in a tunnel we have to consider a lot of issues. Whether the tunnel is bidirectional, unidirectional, what kind of cars, what kind of traffic we are expecting inside a tunnel. And for tunnel design, there is NFPA and EN standards which specifically give guidelines on tunnel design, and obviously it's very critical. This was a particular example for a curved tunnel. And also in a lot of cases we have to also make decisions on whether we should use longitudinal ventilation or transverse ventilation to ventilate to remove the smoke. So all these decisions can be made by using smoke simulations. Here you see velocity contours here. These are the fans installed here. We had first put all these fans in one line, but because of that the smoke was coming back. And once we did this final design, this one here, we put two fans in the same line, one after another, then the system worked really well. There was no backlayering. There's a unidirectional tunnel. We have to make sure that no backlayering of the smoke happens. The smoke doesn't come back. The vehicle in front can obviously go out from the smoke. That if the smoke comes back, then the vehicle in the back will be trapped absolutely. So we had to make sure that the smoke got out from here. So here you can see a truck fire. It's a huge fire. It's a 100 megawatt fire because